against the Shoe sisters, Annie and Kerry from the United States. Seeded 4. Big task, though, for the Americans against the top seeds. And they are a top 10 pair as well. We already know that Kanlahar and Murnwong will be in tomorrow's final. And very shortly we're going to find out who will join them in tomorrow's showpiece match. Just waiting for the officials to come onto court. This arena in Fort Worth Convention Center has hosted some of the biggest music acts in the world. Elvis in the 70s, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, Paul McCartney, list goes on and on. Actually has space for around 13,500 spectators. Actually also hosted the Davis Cup final back in the early 90s. Officials are on court, and here come our players. Well, these two will enjoy all the crowd support. It is a big task for them, however. And not absolutely identical, but they are pretty hard to tell apart, as you can see.
A reminder to our audience, please no flash photography. Thank you.
First meeting between these two pairs.
This side. Who's receiving? Yeah, who's serving? Okay.
Just while we're waiting for the knock-up to start, just a reminder, the finals tomorrow, all 5 of them will of course bring you live. Play starts at 12 noon local time here in Fort Worth. So you'd have to make Iwanaga and Kai Nakanishi big favourites for this match. They are seeded 1 and they're 10th in the world, as you can see there, which is their best. An Asia Championship silver medal a couple of years ago. They've actually been in great form, this pair, over the last 8 months. On the Super 300 inside Modi in India last November. Then they won another Super 300, the Spain Masters, this year, and then the Super 500 Malaysia Masters a couple of months after that. And that is a measure of the task that faces the Shoe sisters. Just had 2 matches to get through to get to this stage, the Japanese, and both were pretty straightforward affairs, as you can see there. So Annie and Kerry Shoe. Say that they want to help the sport to grow in the USA. They're looking forward to the Olympics. So they got a silver in the Pan Am Games. And playing in Paris despite not having picked up a racket for about 4 years until last year. And they decided to go to university. They went to Berkeley and got accounting degrees. Astonishing, really. have been inside the top 30. They're only narrowly out of it now. Taken to 3 games in the second round by Lee and Lin. But no problems yesterday against the Ukrainians Barova and Kantamaya. Sarah Shasani in the umpire's chair for this match. Adrian Chung of Canada is our service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Rin Iwanaga and Kia Nakanishi, Japan. And on my left, Annie Shu and Kerry Shu, USA. Kerry Shu to serve to Kia Nakanishi. Love all. Play.
So here we go. One of 2 remaining American hopes in this tournament. Yuan Chang's the other one in the women's singles.
Service over. 1 love. Service over.
I think they'll hope to be competitive, the Americans, and any more than that I think will be a huge bonus.
Service over. 2-1.
Didn't really have to break sweat yesterday against the Ukrainian pair. Already far lengthier rallies than we saw in the first women's doubles semi earlier. Just feel it's important for Annie and Kerry Shu to not let the Japanese pair get off to a flyer, because they're pretty good front runners. And also, I think, psychologically, I think it would be difficult for the Americans to recover. As it is, though, they're off to a very healthy start, the top seeds.
Fault.
That's brought a sprinkling of applause from around the arena.
5.
And he's the older twin, by the way, if you're wondering, by 2 minutes.
Service over, 6-2.
Lovely piece of disguise.
7-2. Service over. 3-7. Service over. 8-3.
Going pretty much to form so far, you'd have to say. Long.
Service over. 4-8.
Well done. Born in San Jose, California, the Shu sisters have actually funded themselves going to Paris for the Games.
Yeah, you okay? 5-8.
And this is a spirited little mini fight back from the two sisters.
6-8.
It was good. Misjudgment from Iwanaga.
Service over. 9-6.
That's well placed.
10-6.
So a healthy lead at the mid-game break. Japanese in front, 5-point lead.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you, coach. Eleven, 6. Play.
Well, it might look like a bit of a cavernous gap on the scoreboard, but I honestly don't think that the Shu sisters are A, playing badly, or B, really being outclassed here. They're acquitting themselves pretty well, considering the world ranking of their opponents.
Service over.
Certainly
7,
keeping things
12.
respectable, score-wise.
Service over. 13, 7.
Very straightforward at that point. Excellent from Nakanishi. Not quite as much enthusiasm from the home crowd when the Japanese pair win a point. They are certainly showing their class here. Nice change up.
16, 7.
No wonder they're all smiles. Big lead now. Iwanaga and Nakanishi. Good reach that, but it's long.
Service over. 8, 16.
Well, that came gift wrapped.
9, 16.
Holds her head because she knows. She's almost like she was saying to herself, what was that? Gift wrap point for the Americans.
Service
Service
over.
resumed.
17, 9. Service
Found the
over.
target.
10, 17. And 11-17.
I think initially she thought she'd made it. Frustration for Nakanishi.
Service over, 18-11.
Just a tad
Service
long.
over, 12-18. Service over, 19-12.
So the whole clutch
20
of game points
game
here
point,
for
12.
Iwanaga and Nakanishi. 8 of them to be exact. Job done in just 16 minutes. And the top seeds
First game
lead
won by
one game to none.
Iwanaga and Nakanishi, 21-12. Seconds. 20 seconds. Second game. Love all. Play.
So is there any way back for the Shu sisters here? Such a tough ask against one of the top pairs around, inside the top 10 in the world. Number one seeds here. And I mentioned they've already won the Spain Masters and the Malaysia Masters this year alone. And the Malaysia Masters is a Super 500. Look at it as a very useful warm-up ahead of the Olympic Games, because obviously best in the world will be in Paris.
Two love. Service over. 1-2.
Misjudgment from Iwanaga. What's that landed on the line?
Two all. Service over. 3-2.
Well, it's unfortunate.
4-2.
Hard enough playing these two without the Japanese getting a lucky break like that on top of it, but such is the way of it.
Service
It's
over.
good again. That's two errors of judgment now.
3-4.
Well, one of the best rallies of the match, and from the crowd's point of view, the right result at the end of it.
4 all. Service over. 5-4. Service over.
Well, one thing about both Annie and Kerry Shu is they're certainly not
5
short of self-belief. Well, bit of a turnaround here. Suspect it's a little bit of complacency from Iwanaga and Nakanishi, because the first game obviously was very one-sided, but in the second, they're being asked a serious question here, top seeds.
Service over. 6-9.
They now start to re-engage the Japanese. First time they've really been threatened in this match. Just beyond the sideline, and they knew it.
7,
no point in
9.
asking Hawkeye to check. No problem with that one, though.
10-7.
Just rolled over the net and stayed in the point well, though. Thought it was going to be all over. Great defence from the two Americans, but it couldn't last.
Service over. 8-10.
Right at the body.
9.
That was never
10.
coming back. Kind of apology, but she knew exactly what she was doing there. All fair in love and war. Nakanishi. So they'll go for the mid-game break with a 2-point lead, the American twins. Half a chance of extending this match to a decider.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Eleven, 9. Play. Service over.
Well, it's 10, not the way you want to start 11. After the break with the service fault. And certainly the Japanese pair shouldn't need any encouragement. We want to get this done in straight games ahead of potential final tomorrow. But they look certainly re-energized, Shi sisters.
12-10. Service over. 11-12.
Well, it's a great rally, and quite how the Japanese pair won it is anyone's guess. The final shot was a very straightforward one from Iwanaga, but prior to that, there were moments where the American pair looked massive favourites to win that point. So all square again at 12 all.
13-12.
Oh, that's a clever shot.
Service over.
Very clever.
13-all.
Knew exactly what she was doing. Well, they had one go against them earlier, so I don't think anyone can begrudge them that bit of good fortune. And their need is the greater. They're the ones who trail by a game to love.
Service over.
Turned away in utter frustration.
All.
And Nishi when she missed that.
Fifteen, 14. Sixteen, 14.
Biggest lead they've had since they were 4-2 up at the start of this second game.
Fault. 17, 14.
Just tend to know, don't you, that when it matters at the business end, that the Queen tends to rise to the top. And not in the top 10 in the world for nothing. And now just 3 more points required.
18, 14.
To confirm their place in the final tomorrow. I think it actually
18.
took Iwanaga by surprise a little bit. Certainly didn't react very quickly to it.
Fault. Service over. 19-15.
So the left-handed Nakanishi
20
brings up
match
5
points, 15.
match points for the Japanese pair.
Service over. 16-20. Play.
Well, it's about as engaged as the crowd have been at any stage this afternoon.
17-20.
2 match points saved, 3 to go. Be the ultimate get out of jail card if they could do it.
Thank you, coach.
And that will be that. Only took 37 minutes. A really spirited effort from the American twins, but in the end, class won the day. And we will see Iwanaga and Nakanishi in tomorrow's women's doubles final. Straight games, and you would probably say not overly extended either. Although they made much more of a fight of it, Annie and Kerry Shu, in that second game. This was how it ended. They saved a couple of match points, but they couldn't save that one. Confirmation of the scoreline then, 21-12, 21-17, 37 minutes, the match time. I think they're going to enjoy their Olympic experience though, Annie and Kerry Shu.
Let's give a round of applause
Not
for
going to be
doubles
anyone's
semifinalists.
pushovers either. We're going to take a short break. Up next, men's singles. It's Lei versus Watanabe, and that'll be in the company of my colleague Bobby Griffin. We're back in a moment.
Thank you. Can you want to see if there is no one in the mix zone? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You were busy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect.
2, so make sure you keep your energy high.
Well, very warm. I'm not sure I can hear myself in my ears here, Patrick. Very warm one. Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear myself. A very warm welcome back here to the Fort Worth Convention Centre. Thank you to Trevor Harris for the commentary so far today. Match 5 of 8 here. Semi-finals action at the US Open 2024. We turn our attention to men's singles. 4th seed versus 2nd